Let's talk a little Pac-12. Oregon at Utah. Utah's a 6.5-point home dog, over under 47.5. This game obviously has massive implications in the Pac-12. Both teams are sitting at 6-1 on the season, with their one loss coming in conference. This is also an elimination. This is basically an elimination game for the Pac-12 title. This is definitely an elimination game for the college football playoff. And when I look at this game, it's hard for me to project what the Utah offense is going to be, because it was so anemic, and they haven't gotten Cam Rising back or Kuthi, their tight end. But the last two games have been really good, but it was against Cal and USC. I know Vaki, who's been amazing, moving him from safety to running back, he's provided some juice to the offense. But this is a big step up in class against Oregon's defense. But I just, at this number, I can't get to this number. And what did I tell you 3 weeks ago? I said, when you bet UCLA, I said, just don't fade Utah at home. It's just not, or Whittingham as a dog. And I did that last week, but Utah at home, there is so much voodoo in this stadium. And then you have these two forces that are going to meet. Now, he's been better this year, but he's still Road Bo Nix. Road Bo Nix meets Rice Eccles voodoo. What's going to happen? What say you?
Utah's going to cover this game. And I mean, look, this number is way too high. I thought it should be 3. It opened 3. It got blasted up to 6.5. And I get it. I get the reason.
I think didn't it touch 7 at one?
Yeah, it touched 7. I grabbed it at 7. I mean, I'm not going to promote everybody to go out and get that because it's not there anymore. But once it hit 7, I'm like, come on. This is Rice Eccles. This is a team that's having a cocoon butterfly type metamorphosis into a different offense. And that's why you can't really cite any of the stats that Utah's put up for the season. I mean, their offense is completely changing with the pig farmer Bryson Barnes. I also start with Oregon first. I mean, Bo Nix has a 19-1 TD to INT ratio. He trails Michael Penix by about 400 passing yards. So this is really his shot to get back into the Heisman. If he wins this, I was vocal about this on the new BCS, and I'll continue to be vocal about it. If Oregon gets through this game, they should be in the Pac-12 championship, and they should be contending for a national title. That schedule is conducive to them sweeping out. So we'll see. Both Bucky Irving and Jordan James average at least 7.5 per carry. And, the only place to attack the Morgan Scalley 4-2-5 defense is with the pass. I don't think Irving and James are going to be that big of a factor in this game because Utah is so good against the run. You're going to have to go up against this pass. It gives up explosives. They're 103rd in defensive pass EPA. Best overall defensive success rate in passing downs, but they're 69th in limiting explosives. So if Bo Nix gets behind the chains, he's going to be able to throw for some chunk yards here. Utah runs a cover 1 and a cover 3. Talked about that exclusively against Caleb Williams, and it showed. But Nix hits a ton of explosives against cover 1. Moderate success rate against those, but explosives come against cover 1. So I expect to see that. And I think Oregon's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So that's when you'll see it. Oregon is the top overall offense in on-target rate. I mentioned on-target before with Graham Mertz, but he throws behind the line of scrimmage so much. Of course, you're going to have a high on-target rate. That's not the same for Bo Nix. So Bo Nix has been extremely accurate this year. Now, Utah runs a heavy amount of inside zone on their offense with their 12 personnel. They love to just get you in that phone booth and just box you around. And I mentioned Bryson Barnes, the pig farmer quarterback. The fact that was mentioned in the same sense as a Heisman Trophy winner is still the quote of the year. And then defensive back Sione Vaki, you mentioned, he's catching balls. He's running balls. He's still playing. Like, we don't know if he's more valuable. He's the true Travis Hunter, right? All the talk coming into the year was Travis Hunter. It's really Sione Vaki. And, running back Jaquindon Jackson and Utah, they're top 30 in stuff rate and line yards. I think they're going to have some success running the ball here. Oregon really has issues tackling in space. They're 110th in broken tackles allowed. That means once they get a guy wrapped up, they seem to let him go. So to me, this is a grind of a game. To me, this is a coin flip pick 'em where I think Utah wins by a field goal or some crazy 2-point conversion or a field goal at the last second to win by 2. I think this game is dead even. There's way too many points involved in this game. If Oregon wins this, they are in line for the Pac-12 championship and a potential shot at the playoff.